everyone, welcome to Brass and Bliss. Today I'm making a thank you card using this beautiful stamp set called Animals and Pocket Set, and I've already gone ahead and stamped it on a white piece of cardstock using a Copic friendly ink, and these are the colors that I'm going to use for this stamp. I actually took an inspiration from this paper for the colors, and I'll talk about that paper in a bit. I colored these kitties really very simple. I just wanted them to be very light because what we're going to do with this card eventually is going to make this particular image pop out a lot more. So here you can see I've just taken two colors, E00 and E00, and just painted this very cute little kitty. Reminds me of Hello Kitty for some reason. And then I've also added some pink on the ears and some pink on the cheek. And then I'm coloring this little bow that she's having on her head with some red color. And then for the pocket, I am just going to paint that, color that using a red base. Like the shades that I'm using is all in reds. So as I said, the colors are going to be all in that same color family, reds and peaches and light pinks. So you can see here I'm trying to get the darkest color from the edge and going into the lighter shade in the middle. You can use any color medium you want. You don't have to use Copic. You could do watercolor, you could do acrylic, whatever is your comfort, go ahead and use that color. The idea is just keeping it very simple and very little color. And now I'm just going to fussy cut this image, leaving a slight white border around it. I don't have the die cut for this, and that's the reason I am fussy cutting it. And it was very easy to fussy cut this image. It wasn't too complicated at all. I just took my time and went around the image, leaving that tiny bit of white color around the image. You'll see here very soon I would finish cutting this image, and here you go. These are the two pieces that we've cut, and we're going to keep it aside. I'm also going to take this die cut. This die is a background die called Heart Background, and I'm going to use this red cardstock. I don't know my colors, and I'm just going to use the negative of the die, which are a bunch of hearts. And then I'm taking this stencil. This stencil is called the Stacked Heart Stencil, and I'm using this peachy color cardstock, and I'm going to stencil these hearts onto this peachy color cardstock. Now that cardstock is cut to 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm just making sure that I am aligning the stencil where I really want to do, and I really pasted it down with some washi tape so it does not move on me while I am blending it with the color. And I'm also going to use this Distress Oxide ink, which is also a very peachy color, and it really, so all it does, it kind of creates a darker color of the same color of the cardstock. I hope I'm making sense there. You can see I'm just going to blend that over it, and when I remove that stencil, you'll see what I'm trying to say. So here you go. You can see that you can see the actual color because there is a negative heart and then there's a positive heart. So the negative would give you the no colored area, and the positive would give you the colored area, so you can see the two-tone. And then I'm taking some white acrylic ink and I'm watering it down, and I'm using this fan brush, and I'm just going to add splatter all over this cardstock, or this stenciled cardstock. Now I've let it dry for a little bit, and have come back, and we're going to keep it aside, and then we're going to take our pocket once again, and I want to add a bit of detail to this pocket. And all I'm going to do is take a white gel pen. Pardon all the ink splatter on my hand. I am a messy crafter, as you can see. I do enjoy the process, so it doesn't bother me. And I'm just going to add some polka dots all around the pockets. You can really do a lot here. You can add hearts here, you could do flowers, you could do stripes, you could do plaid, you could do any color you want. Not only that, you can also use the stencils that Brass and Bliss has. There are some stencils which have really small holes in them, or small cutouts that you can put on this and add a darker color to create a pattern on it. So after I added the polka dots, I added some stripes on the flap or on the top of the pocket. And I'm going to take that piece back again, and I want to try to place this pocket and the kitty, because I want to stamp the sentiment. I do not want to stamp the sentiment after I've adhered my kitty and my pocket, because I'm going to pop that up and then it'll be very difficult to stamp at that point. So I'm just making sure I remembered this time. Usually I forget. So this time I remembered to do that. So I'm just going to again try to keep the pocket in a place where I know where it should be, and then put the sentiment exactly where I would like it to stamp. And then I'm going to use a black ink. And I use VersaFine black ink, and I'm just going to stamp that, and the sentiment reads, "Thank you." And you can see there, it's beautifully stamped. And I'm going to use, now it's time to adhere these two elements onto that cardstock. This is really looking very cute. I hope it's looking cute to your eyes too. And I'm going to just adhere the kitty to the pocket using a liquid glue, because then it makes it easier when they're one unit to add what you call foam tape behind to put them on the pocket. Now you could add the pocket directly onto it with glue and then pop up the kitty. Either way, it would be fine. I like to add them both as a unit, and I wanted them both to pop up. And here you can see I've added the foam tape, and I'm going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive, which gives me a little time to make sure I'm placing it in the right place. So I'm just going to take that and place it right in the center of that thank you. And here those remember there's a card piece, the hearts that I collected out of the die set. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start building like, what would you say, like hearts coming out of the kitty's I don't know how to explain this. So kind of like a spur of hearts flying from the kitty. She's so emotional to tell the person how thankful she is for just being there in her life, or whatever. Just imagine what you can imagine in your head. And so I'm just going to place them, and then once I know where the placement is, I will adhere them using my liquid glue. And you can see how beautiful that red pop of color looks. As you said, I remember I said at the beginning, adding simple colors will really make the elements pop up a whole lot. And then I'm going to take that white cardstock and that designer paper, which actually is from this pad, which is the heart and string paper pad, and there's some really beautiful papers in it. And I'm just going to adhere this stripy one onto a top folding white note card, and then I'm going to place this kitty. Again, I'm going to add foam tape behind this piece as well. You can definitely use fun foam. I didn't happen to have any, so I'm just using a regular foam tape. And then I'm going to adhere this to that panel, and you can see that it just gives a slight bit of that designer paper to peek on either side. And it's that easy. And then I'm just going to cut off the extra bit or hanging bit of those hearts from the top so that they all flush when you put it in an envelope. And here you can see the cards all done, and here are some closer looks of the card. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay blissful. Bye bye.